Oh, hello, and welcome back to the FrankenGames, a video series in which I play every Frankenstein video game ever made. And of course, all of these things are based on the book by Mary Shelley from 1818. And I start every day in every video. I should even say what day this is. This is day 10. We're already about a third of the way through this thing. It flew by, but also there's still so much more to go. So this is day 10 of this series. Day 10 of 31 is one for every day of October. But yeah, it's based on this book by Mary Shelley, and I always read a random quote from that book at the start of these things. So here's the day 10 quote. Thus strangely are our souls constructed, and by slight ligaments are we bound to prosperity and ruin. And I believe this is this the creature? No, I'm not certain, but this sounds more like a Victor Frankenstein quote. Or somebody, he's just a human, is pointing out, like, yeah, you know, our souls are weird, our happiness and our prosperity, that line between ruin and prosperity is razor thin. That's what this is saying, and it's very true. Like, even you know, in the modern day, for anybody out there, so many people are just like right on that edge, and you don't even realize it. That's the other thing too, is we don't think about this enough, perhaps, that it can take, I mean, it not a small event, it would be a big event to, you know, bring one from prosperity to ruin, but it can happen suddenly, and it can happen quickly, and it's real thin. That line is, I think, what this quote's trying to get at. But there you go, that's her quote for the day. And actually, this is an interesting period of the chronology, because I am playing these games in chronological order. We've been through the entire 1980s, because this series started in 1981, then we went through the 90s. But here's the thing. In the 80s, we went from 81 to 89, I believe. Basically the whole decade. The 90s, we get from 1990 to 1995. And something happened. Because then we have a gap from 95 to, what's the year of today's first game? 2004. So there's this 9-year gap where no video game company that was out there putting out more Frankenstein games. After 15 years, you know, about 15 years of just a pretty steady stream of a bunch of different companies and developers doing this, there was no organized effort. It was just a bunch of people taking the Frankenstein story and characters and scenarios and thinking, I can make a game out of this. It was just 15 years of it, and then suddenly it stopped. And I think we can blame that on that 1994 movie, which did get 2 video games. We looked at that yesterday. So, yeah, I think popular culture just reached this saturation point where the early 90s nostalgia for Universal monsters was kind of waning. This big movie from 94, I don't think it bombed, but it didn't do great. It wasn't as, I mean, Bram Stoker's Dracula, I guess is considered better, but it also made some choices that make one go, I don't know about that. But yeah, we just had this basically 1-2 punch of these like classic horror stories being retold, and then Frankenstein releases in 94, and I think game companies were just like out. That means that Frankenstein video games missed all of, I don't know what generation number it is, the PlayStation and 64, 32-bit era. They missed the 32-bit era and the 64-bit era afterward. Was there a 64-bit era? Anyway, they missed a couple of generations of video games, consoles, and platforms. So it is an interesting time. But this is what the reason I'm even talking about this before I move on to the actual game today, the first game, is we got something from Universal in 1998. So Universal Monsters, again, the early 90s, I talked about this in the last videos. The early 90s was a big time for those Universal Monsters, a lot of promotions, a lot of like that stuff, the nostalgia for that coming back up. And it continued for some of the monsters into 1998. And here we go. So in 1998, we get a Dracula handheld LCD game, not video game, obviously, electronic game from Tiger Electronics. So we looked at a LCD handheld previously. That was by MGA, which is short for Micro Games of America. They were a publisher that was getting a lot of licenses, and apparently they lost it because by 1998, Actually, that is reflected in other games as well. I did notice MGA basically drops off by the mid-90s. I think they just couldn't keep up with the market. So yeah, Tiger Electronics was the big boy, and they got the license for Universal Monsters. So here we see a Dracula game. Cool, fine, sure. Kids, maybe we're still playing these by 98, I have no idea. We get one for Dracula, we get one from The Mummy, and then we get one for Wolfman. And no more. Universal, again, I just, it seems like Frankenstein popularity was just, I don't know, the property was just so oversaturated that they decided we're going to release LCD handheld games for all of our classic monsters, but not Frankenstein or any Frankenstein-related thing like The Bride. The Bride was also among here. The Bride is part of the core crew, I guess, from the early 90s nostalgia, and there's no Frankenstein in these games at all. Here, I can show you a bit more. If we turn this on here, we can see, where is that? There it is. We can see a bit more detail from the back of the Dracula packaging. So again, they point out here on the back that they made 3 of them for the Mummy, the Dracula, or the Mummy, Dracula, and the Wolfman. We get some screenshots from this Dracula game. We get some Mummy and Wolfman teasers. And that's it. That's it. Universal noped out. It's obviously they were not done with Universal Monsters, because after this, I think this is the last gasp of this classic Universal Monsters nostalgia, at least until now, because I'm seeing it again. Especially if you go to Universal Studios, there's a bunch of merch for the classic monsters. So yeah, they're all over the place. But in the late 90s, that was done, because we got the Mummy movie from 99, completely reboots the Mummy franchise, basically. So yeah, it just seems like Universal and just Frankenstein was done with Frankenstein. Frankenstein was not appearing in anywhere. So that's a lot of preamble for this particular video, but I just wanted to set up what was going on in that span of time, that 9-year gap. But finally, we actually move on to the first game of today, because we finally got a new game in 2004 called Dr. Frankenstein Adventures for Java Mobile. So again, like I mentioned, we skipped PlayStation, we skipped Xbox, we skipped PlayStation 2, we skipped the whole multiple generations, and then the first Frankenstein game we do get is for Java Mobile. That was, by the time, if you don't know what Java Mobile means, flip phones, right? Before smartphones and the flat rectangle that we all use now, flip phones were the style of phone that people had. They flip open. They do have a little screen and a little I guess you'd call it an OS, like a user interface where you can tap around using the keys on the phone and you can do stuff. So yeah, this game releases on Java Mobile in 2004, really made by Top Gam. Brief description: solve different riddles and collect all the pieces to create your famous monster and give life to it. So yeah, we're not playing as the creature. We're playing as the doctor, I suppose. This is who we'd say this is. Alright, I don't think we're going to tweak too many options here. In Dr. Frankenstein Adventures, let's just go there. Wow. So we have sound and music in the menu, and we don't have sound and music in gameplay. That's really weird. That's just an odd choice. Well, anyway, here we go. At least we confirmed some kind of sound. Let's see what happens here. Oh. Alright, well, some sound upon death. I'll take it. Let's go in here. There's an ice block. Alright, you can push the blocks around in here. Oh, you know what? I usually play a few minutes of these things just to get, confirm they're working. And this room is weird because it's a puzzle. It's a puzzle adventure. I guess primarily puzzle sort of thing. Environmental puzzles. Where you push crates around and land on buttons. This button is going to activate some platforms. The problem is you have to stand on it for that to happen. I need something to I need to put something on that button? I guess the ice block. What else would it be? All right. No, actually, no. That's not true. Because if I put the ice block on that button, I still need a second block to reach this. Right? And what's up with this knight? Can I do something with this guy? Let me see what other buttons might be available. Alright, soft keys don't do anything. There are numb buttons. Do something. Just movement. Nothing big. No. Alright, yeah. Trying to find the solution in the controls is not going to get me anywhere. So, let's, I guess we did that. I need to get this crate out of that, away from that wall. How can I possibly do that? I have no clue. Alright, because I can push this against like a wall up there. That's not going to do anything though. Yeah, I mean, that's... No. This being a puzzle game, there has to be a way to reset the puzzle, so that's that. I tried that door, didn't I? Pretty sure I did. All I can do is jump. That action key. We've already been in the room up there. I guess I'll check again. As always in these videos, I'm not trying to complete a playthrough. I am trying to achieve something of significance in the attempt. So, I guess if we can find a part of Frankenstein, that'd be great. Oh, what did I hit? Uh-oh, I hit something I didn't like. There it is. Probably a pause button. Again, this door's locked. We discovered that last time. What do we do? Can't interact with anything. It's weird anytime these games that don't have manuals also don't explain the controls. Hey, there's a switch there. I wonder if anything happens if I walk up to it. I can stand on the table. I don't know what that's going to achieve, but we can... Nope. No, we cannot. No. Then the next step is definitely... I need to get that key to unlock a door somewhere. The only question is how to do it. I guess let's just start messing with this. Oh, it's an ice block, so it's going to keep going in the direction you push it. Uh-oh. I think I got it. 1, 2. Okay. And then we push this. Alright. I mean, that doesn't get the wood crate out of that wall, does it? No. I mean, it wouldn't. As far as I know. Like, now, we can do this, but, I mean, that's not going to help. Yeah, it's absolutely not going to help with reaching the key. I bet this might move across the spikes, right? So now, if I could go over there, I could jump up on the ice block and reach the key. But if I get off the button, that ice block is gone. Alright, well, I think my meaningful thing for this video is going to have to be just get the key. Well, I guess, and unlock a door somewhere. Alright, what else can I do to this wood crate? Anytime I'm stuck on a puzzle or something like this, I always feel like a viewer, somebody watching is like, you idiot, the answer is right in front of you. They see the answer and I do not. That's life's eternal problem. And someone else has the answer, and I don't know what it is. Let's just walk in a circle for a moment here. Ice block. I don't get it. Like, how are you supposed to get the wood crate? I mean, obviously the wood crate helps to stop the ice block. If I push this up, it's just going to get stuck on the corner. Jumping from there won't achieve anything. Oh, dead once more. This knight has to be good for something. What if I put something in front of the knight? No, see, this really feels like I should have the ability to interact with the knight and make the knight do something. I pressed all the keys. None of these do anything. Ah, no, that's not doing anything either. Nope. Let's try pushing the wooden crate in front of the knight, in case that triggers something. Oh, I can't. No, never mind. There's no way to push. Yeah, there would not be a way to do that. Oh, stupid puzzles. How long has... Oh, jeez. This chunk of the video has already taken up quite a bit of time. So I think I'm not even going to be able to reach the key. Because I am a dum-dum. Oh well. That's video games for you. So there you go. That's Dr. Frankenstein Adventures from 2004 by Top Gam. Good effort. It looks like, you know, if I had time by myself on a subway with my phone back in 2004, maybe I could sit there and stare at it until I solve the puzzle. But here in this moment, we're going to bail. Okay, so that was the first game. Now we get to move on to game 2. And we're moving away from the world of mobile and moving into Frankenstein from 2007, released on Windows, developed by a company called play.com.pl. The description, as you can see, is Frankenstein is a 2D platform game for kids, loosely based on the novel by Mary Shelley. Very loosely. Again, most of these things are based on the Universal Monsters version of Frankenstein, this guy up here, not on like the book. So far, the only book adjacent depiction has been Robert De Niro in that 1994 movie. Everything else I've seen in video games has been, this guy up here. All right, so let's fire up this next game. This one's weird. It's a very old Windows game, so the fact that it runs on Windows 10 here is great. The problem is, well, it's buggy. It'll go full screen, but if you move the cursor out of the window, it'll get weird. So that cursor you see there is going to stay where it is. We're just going to go ahead and navigate this Polish game. Everything's in Polish, so I won't understand any of this text. We can all assume it's talking about Frankenstein, Dr. Frankensteina. Looks like we're playing as Frankie. The creature is called Frankie in this game. Any other words that I can pick out from this text? Not really. The word Franca at the end. I see the word Asistenta Doctora I Sergesceno Prisnaciela Franca. Alright, well, in the final sentence, I understand the words doctor's assistant and Franca to refer to Frank in some way. Oh, music. Alright, Frankie has done something. Anything else? No, I can't read any of the rest of that, so let's just go. Alright, so we can move left and right. Very helpful controls on screen, thank you. We can do this very floaty jump by pressing up on the arrow. We collect stuff. Actually, I thought this the last time too. I'm actually, I don't know if impressed is the word. I don't mean to say impressed as in like, oh, I thought this was going to be garbage and it's great. It's just, like, again, this is 2004. It's a Windows native application. I think it's a really good effort. I think the art is really cool. Like, I like this art style. I guess I like that it doesn't feel like a Flash game, because that's what I would expect from this era of game development, indie game dev. Like, I guess it kind of does have a Flash vibe, because all these like art pieces do look, you know, they don't gel into the environment perfectly, you know, just it's a certain aesthetic that just some games have based on how it's developed. But I like it. I like the art style. I like the mood. You know, the music that you're listening to is neat. I don't know why there's a bat buddy following along, but I think that's cool too. I like this game. We'll get more controls as we go along. For now, I guess I meant to just... here we go. Control. We do have a weapon, so I guess we will be facing enemies at some point here. And like I mentioned, it is very much the Universal Monsters design. You can see the neck bolts, the flat head, the green skins, etc. So we are back in that zone. Can I duck? Cannot duck. Yeah, the jump is weird. If I just hold up, he does like a double jump. Like, I guess what makes it weird is there's no jump animation. He just kind of, like, it almost looks like he has a rocket pack, or it feels like he's. If this was like a different game with a rocket pack character, it would feel like that's what's going on, like he's flying. But yeah, so that is a bit awkward in the controls. Ooh, that was a good shot. I'm collecting gems. I'm collecting gears. I don't know what these things do, but we will just roll with it. All right. Well, it looks like we'll have some pretty basic levels. We will be asked to collect things along the way. Can I go backward? I'm always impressed when a 2D side scroller lets you go to the left, because I don't know. I was traumatized maybe by Super Mario Bros. And the fact that they lock you out of going left. Uh-oh. Careful. Jump, shoot, jump, shoot. Also, my earlier comments about Flash, I'm not putting down Flash either. Again, I think it was a pretty extraordinary tool for its time, or it wasn't a game engine, right? But the fact that so many people took to it as a game engine, or a platform in which they could develop, you know, video games, it was great. So, and we've already played. Wait, have we played Flash? We have not played Flash games yet. I don't think we will. No, we will. Just you wait, buddy. We will play some Flash games here in this series, but not yet. But Flash is fine. I think it was a really good tool for its time. The enemy choices are weird. Also, that's weird. That should be smacking you right in the face. So the hitboxes looks like they're a bit awkward as well. We've hit a switch, a lever. I don't know what it did. Can we go up here? Nope. Cannot. Oh, there's a health bar. I should remain conscious of that. In terms of meaningful progress, I don't know. I feel like just having cleared that first level to reach that door was a pretty meaningful thing. Man, I was talking about how going left is rare, but this game has me going pretty far left. Oh, come on. What did that snail do to us? I don't think that was very fair. Can I go in here? No, cannot go in there. Oh, look at that. There's a slight parallax to the art back there, too. That's cool. Some clouds. Like, do you see those wispy clouds with the transparency action going on? That's pretty advanced. So yeah, the developer name tells me this must have been a website. play.com.pl. A Polish website where you could probably... Oh man. If this turns out to have been made in Flash, I'm gonna feel like a real dope. But now that I look at, you know, the developer name being a website, this has the vibe of something you'd find like on one of those sites from back in the day that just offered free games, and then they would make their money from advertising on the sides. I wonder what the red dot under the portrait up there is. Do you see it? That's 2 dots. I don't know what that means. Oh god, did you notice the teeth on the mushrooms? That's terrifying. Very, Mario-esque enemies, I'd say, those mushrooms. Lord. I just realized that we were able to just shoot a cannonball at ghosts. That's fine. How far have we gone? I say we should reach the next door and call it. And that'll be it for this game. Let's get over there to wherever that door is. Jumpa, jumpa, jumpa. Yeah, really not clear. I have not received any other directions on, you know, like push this button for a superpower or a super cannon beam, whatever. Yeah, you can double jump at any point in the jump arc. So I can go like this, well, jump once, and then right before hitting the ground, I could do the second part of the double jump. Everybody dies. I just realized this art style is totally in line with what was going on with PC games. Oh, did I die? I died. I was gonna say, the art style is very much in line. Oh no. Did you hear that? Alright, well, we might not reach this second door after all. Because it's gonna make me redo all that. No, we're not gonna do that. Well, I'll finish my thought, which was, there's a game called Alice from 2000. It's a very emo, grim-looking game. Lots of like earth tones and gray and red. There's some red in there, but it's all very like, I don't know, like grimy is not the word. It's just like a very like dour aesthetic, I guess I'll say. Kind of like this, right? Like this is all like browns and muted green and dirt, you know, brown all over the place. So this game's art design does fit in with this like grim-dark era of video games. Not just that Alice example, but like a lot of games of this time were just this style. So I see that this developer was very much in line with what was going on at the time. Okay, we'll call it here for this game. After one more death. Actually, what happens if I lose all my lives? Does this game have a concept of lives? Does not look like it. Alright, well, we'll call it there. Let's, is it Tack or Nia? Tack. Hey, look, they even have the Cheshire Cat grin on that moon there. So, totally, in the zone. Alright, well, anyway, that was Frankenstein 2007 for Windows. A game that can be found on the internet if you poke around. I was surprised I found it. Many of these games that are very indie or niche, I always feel like, man, I'm probably not going to find it. But I've been, well, you know, bless the internet. People out there are saving and sharing these things. So I was able to find a whole lot of stuff that I was afraid I would not be able to find. Okay, so now we're going to load up the third and final game of this evening, which is Frankenstein's Bot Army from 2009. Another Java mobile game, so we're going back to mobile emulator there. Developed by Fugu Mobile. Description is, armed with 3 all-time great bots, defeats Frankenstein at his own game, launch your bots, and blah blah blah, they fight. Gets cut off there, but you get the gist of it. You build bots, you make them fight, and that's kind of the basis for what's going on here. The Frankenstein angle, a little thin. It's a bit of a stretch, I'd say, but let's hop in. Actually, we're going to test something real quick. We're going to try one emulator just to prove something out. Well, see if it has sound, honestly. It has sound, okay. After that last experience, I don't know what's going on with these emulators, but it looks like they're being finicky. Now we'll try this emulator, because this one will actually show us all the graphics. And it has sound. Okay. All good. So, instructions, sure. Key left, right to select the block where you want to drop the bot. Press joystick /5 to release the bot. 5. Oh, the action key, I think. Oh, the soft key. Obviously, what about Fugu Mobile? Give me some details. Did you know that Fugu is a fatal delicacy? They now experience the same heart pounding, but yet deliciously proud menu of games at fugumobile.com. So there you go. A bit of advertising for their games. But again, if you're an indie dev, man, Frankenstein, totally free. Do whatever you want with it. I don't know about their usage of what looks to me like the over there for you. What looks to me like the universal Frankenstein monster. That, I think, is legally a bit sketchy. Fugu Mobile. You might want to get lawyers to look into that. But all right, here we go. Welcome to the Battle of the Bots. Armed with 3 all-time great bots, defeat Frankenstein at his own game. Oh, we're about to get a description once again. Launch your bots and break through the Frankenstein's wall before his bots breach your wall. Once you are through the wall, you win. Okay. So here they're explaining the different bot types. So this is weird. We're Frankenstein, the creature, I assume, or maybe the doctor, who knows, is building an army of bots. We also have an army of bots, and we're going to make them fight each other. Oh, okay. So they're... Oh, interesting. So it has like a rock, paper, scissors thing, where the unicycle bot defeats the metal bot defeats the French fries bot, and the French fries bot defeats the unicycle. I will not remember these details. Let's just go. Oh, power-ups. Some nitro, some double impact, and some shield. Okay, so let's just... So basically, you just have to move quickly to lay down your bots before the other guys reach your side. Oh, it's like it's a breakout. Look at that. I really like this, actually. I like the combo of breakout and, uh-oh. Also, what are those icons in the top left and top right? Is that supposed to be me and the creature? Or whoever is building these bots? Uh-oh, that guy had a hammer. Not great. This game's tough. Like, my wall is getting broken down pretty quickly there. No sound for the gameplay. Disappointed. At least I hope. I again, given the experiences we've had here, I don't know if that's the emulator or if that's the game, but it is a bummer whenever there's just no sound at all. Like, a bleep and a bloop. What's the big deal? Just, you have enough memory, I'm sure, in these ancient flip phones for a beep and a boop. Beep and a boop. I said the word breakout because Breakout, if you don't know, is a video game in which you are meant to break a wall. In that game, you bounce like a marble against the wall, and that's how you break it. In this instance, the bots are being sent out to break the walls down. Oh, it just occurred to me, I should be sending my bots up against their wall. Totally did not process that angle on this game. That I should be doing the same thing. Whose wall is worse? I think my wall is worse. Off. Maybe? What if we just poke a hole? Go. Oh, I'm going to take a hit. Oh, That guy has a hammer. That's the end. Frankenstein's wall is breached. Oh, I won. Okay, sure. Take that. I guess I'll do another round. I have no clue if it just repeats forever and it, like, I don't know. Is it getting harder? Does the game... Oh, that's new. That green acid, whatever. Yeah, that's new. It must be a power-up. Oof. I'm missing a lot of... Oh, my guy got blown up there. It's not great. I mean, what if one just stands here sending bots through to the other side? What's the consequence of me doing this? I think I just breached. Oh, my wall got breached. Damage to wall 11. That was me, I guess. Total score 360. I don't care. Oh, are you gonna make me punch in a name? It's not allowing me to advance. I mean, go. How am I supposed to, like... I mean, this is a game of... This would have been a Java mobile phone from 2009. It might have had, like, a full keyboard. I'm pressing my keyboard keys. Oh, you know what we have? Oh, no, we don't. This emulator, it lacks a certain feature that the other one had. Let's get that cursor out of there. Yikes. Well, that might be it. I mean, we got 2 rounds in. I think, based on everything we've seen, this is not the most complicated game. Again, the Frankenstein angle, to me, this is real thin. And I think we're going to... We've encountered this before. We've certainly seen games where the Frankenstein aspect of the video game is like... it's a stretch. You just wanted a known name for your video game. And this feels like that too. It just feels like the developers were like, what if we have a game, why don't we attach like Frankenstein to it, and maybe that'll hook a few more people because they know what Frankenstein is. and hey, I've been encouraging it. I've been saying this whole time, it's public domain, do what you want with it. So I guess they're just living up to that wish of mine. Well, that's it. That's day 10 of the FrankenGames. We looked at 3 video games based on Frankenstein. Is this the end of the 2000s? It's not. There's oh no, it's not. There's a few more in here in the 2000s before we move on to the teens. So again, the 80s and the 90s, we had a whole bunch of games, probably about 10 games for each of those decades. But then we the late 90s, nothing. The 2000s, barely. There's a few games, but not as many. So yeah, things get a bit thin. But don't you worry. Again, I think I'm hovering around 80-some games, so things are going to pick up real soon here in the teens, and especially in the 20s. So that's for later. For now, that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching, and until the next one, I'll see ya.